to the tip of your nose. If you have a pillow or a blanket nearby and you want to sit on something, you can grab that and sit on that. Place your hands gently on your knees and begin to bring your awareness to your breath. Draw in a nice deep breath through your nose. Feel your belly expand. And a nice loud sigh out your mouth. Let go of your day, anything not suiting you. Now take another deep breath in just like that. Fill up your belly. Feel the breath go all the way up into your chest. Then seal your lips and exhale back out your nose. Continue breathing here like this. A couple more rounds of breath on your own. Just being really aware of your inhales and your exhales, how they feel in your body today. Take one more deep breath in, fill all the way up, lengthen your spine. And a nice slow breath back out your nose. You can either keep your eyes closed or flutter them open. Take your left hand and place it on your right knee. And then take your right hand and place it behind your right hip. Take a nice deep breath in, find a lot of length in your spine. Then exhale, twist, and gaze over your right shoulder. Back might crack a little bit. Now take your right hand off of the ground and place your right hand behind your back, kind of like you're grabbing toward your left hip crease or your left leg. Feel a nice opening in your right shoulder as you bind your right arm behind your back. Slowly return back to center. Place your right hand on your left knee and your left hand behind your left hip. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, twist, gaze over your left shoulder. Now take your left hand, reach it behind your back toward your right hip crease, and press the back of your hand into your side so that you really feel this stretch in your left shoulder. Slowly return back to center. Drop your chin down into your chest. Create length on the back of your neck. Now draw your left ear to your left shoulder. Drop your head back. Right ear to right shoulder. And chin to chest. Now reverse that direction. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Draw your head back. Left ear to left shoulder. And chin into your chest. Lift your head up, plant your palms on the ground, and step your knees back to a tabletop position. Hips over knees and shoulders over wrists. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly down to the ground and lift your gaze up toward the wall in front of you. Exhale, cat pose. Pull your navel up into your spine and gaze between your thighs. One more time, inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly, expand through your collarbones. Exhale, cat pose. Press the ground away. Find space along the back of your spine. Return to a neutral tabletop, gazing straight down between your hands. Inhale, tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. And take a few moments to settle into this position. You can bend into one knee, bend into the next. Press your palms down and forward to lengthen your spine. So as you press your palms into the earth, spiral your triceps to the wall behind you and lift your tailbone up. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Step your feet behind your wrists at about hip width distance and drape your torso over your thighs. Option to sway side to side. You can grab for opposite elbows here. If you'd like, you can interlace your hands to the small of your back for a chest expansion, pulling your palms toward one another and then your hands over your head. You have the chest expansion. Drop your arms back down to the ground. Toe heel your feet together to touch. On a nice slow inhale, roll all the way up to stand, stacking one vertebrae on top of the next. No rush to get to the top. When you do, flutter your eyes closed or soften your gaze. Press your palms together at your heart. Root down through all corners of your feet and pull your kneecaps up. Take a nice deep breath in. Strong exhale back out your nose. Blink your eyes open, drop your arms down to your sides and face your palms forward. Inhale, mountain pose, extend your arms up overhead. Spiral your pinkies inward to face one another. You can even press your palms together over your head if you'd like. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold, dive down through heart center, hinge from your hips, option to bring a bend to your knees here. Inhale, halfway lift, press your palms to your shins or your thighs and flatten out your spine. Take one more breath in, find length from your tailbone through the crown of your head. Exhale, high plank, plant your palms, step your feet back, stack your shoulders over wrists and heels over toes. Inhale, hinge forward 2 inches. Exhale, low plank, lower down halfway, keep your elbows pinned into your sides, option to take this on your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip the tops of your feet, shine your chest forward, feel this gentle back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins or thighs. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, mountain pose, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti, drop your hands together at your heart. Send your arms down to your sides, palms forward. Inhale, mountain pose. Extend your arms to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Nice deep breath as you release down. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out your back. Exhale, high to low plank. Plant your palms, step your feet back, flow through whichever variation you'd like. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip to the tops of your feet, press your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your tailbone up and back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step up toward your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, neutralize your spine. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, mountain pose, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands together at your heart. Drop your arms to your sides. Inhale, mountain pose, extend up. Exhale, forward fold, ride your breath all the way down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, straighten your arms, relax your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, step toward your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out your spine. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, chair pose. Sit your hips nice and low and then reach your arms up to frame your face. Shift your weight back into your heels, tuck your tailbone under. Squeeze your thighs together, but still feel this engagement in your outer thighs and glutes. One more breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Dive back down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, shine your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Inhale, extend your right heel high behind you. Flex your right toes to your mat and squeeze your right glute. Breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your palms and then press your left palm down into the earth. Inhale, easy twist. Extend your right arm up toward the ceiling. Magnetize your inner thighs toward one another. Feel this stretch in your outer right hip. Take a breath in. Exhale, horizon lunge. Roll to the outer edges of both feet and extend your right arm toward the wall behind you, feeling an even deeper opening through your right hip. Inhale, easy twist. Come back through center. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your right hand. Inhale, warrior two. Blossom all the way open toward the left side of your space and gaze over your right fingertips. Breathe here and settle into this position. You can bend and straighten into your front leg a few times. Just settle into this. traction your front knee to the outer edge of your front foot. And then place a lot of weight to the knife edge of your back foot as well to keep your back leg engaged. Inhale, hinge your torso forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Drop your right arm down and then left arm up. Option here to place your front forearm on your front thigh. Also option today with your top hand to take a half bind, wrapping your left arm behind your back toward your right hip crease, creating this opening in your chest and this stretch in your left shoulder. If you have the half bind, you can leave it. Inhale, reverse warrior. Extend your right arm up and back. So if you have that half bind, your arm will still be behind your back toward your right hip crease. One more breath in. Exhale, high to low plank. Cartwheel your arms down to the ground. Step your right leg back, and then lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Shine your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Inhale, keep your left heel high. Flex your left toes down. Even the weight between your palms. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between your hands and press your right palm down into the earth. Inhale, easy twist. Extend your left arm up toward the ceiling. Press really hard down into your left heel and then squeeze your inner thighs toward one another without moving your feet. Take a breath in. Exhale, horizon lunge. Roll to the knife edges of both feet and extend your left arm behind you. So the more you roll over onto the edge of your left foot, the deeper the hip opening you'll feel on the left side. Inhale, easy twist. Extend your left arm to the ceiling. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your left hand. Inhale, warrior two. Spiral all the way open to the right side. Hips open toward the right side of your space. Gaze over your left fingertips, really strong arms here. Make sure your back arm is in line with your front arm. You can bend and straighten into your left leg a few times to sink into this position. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Drop your left arm down, right arm up. Option to place your left forearm on your left thigh. If you take a half bind on the other side, you can take it on this side, wrapping your right arm behind your back toward your left hip crease. So keep your chest nice and open toward the right side of your space. If you have the half bind, you can keep it. Inhale, reverse warrior. Extend your left arm up and back so your left palm reaches toward the wall behind you. Breath in. Exhale, high to low plank. Send your arms down to the floor. Step your left leg back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Shine your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. So we'll flow through this sun B a couple more times, linking breath to movement. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, chair pose. Sit your hips nice and low. Reach your arms up to frame your face. Exhale, forward fold. Dive back down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins or thighs. Exhale, high to low plank. You can always take these on your knees or skip them. Inhale, upward facing dog. Flip to the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Use your abs to lift your hips. Inhale, extend your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your hands and press your left palm down. Inhale, easy twist. Extend your right arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, horizon lunge. Roll to the outer edges of both feet. Extend your right arm behind you. Inhale, easy twist. Right arm up toward the ceiling. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your right hand on your mat. Inhale, warrior two. Spiral your back heel down and open up toward the left side. Exhale, extended side angle. Right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Option for the half bind, wrapping your left arm toward your right hip crease. Exhale, high to low plank. Cartwheel your arms down. Step your right leg back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Shine your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Inhale, kick your left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between your hands and place your right hand on the ground. Inhale, easy twist. Extend your left arm to the ceiling. Exhale, horizon lunge. Feel this nice opening on your left hip. Inhale, easy twist, left arm up. Exhale, low lunge, send your left hand down to the ground. Inhale, warrior two, press your back foot down to the ground, gaze over your left fingertips. Exhale, extended side angle, reach forward and then down. Inhale, reverse warrior, option again for the half bind, taking your right arm toward your left hip crease behind your back. Exhale, high to low plank, cartwheel your arms down, step your left foot back. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out. Exhale, forward fold, release down. Inhale, chair pose, hips nice and low, lowest chair yet. Exhale, forward fold, dive down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, snap your belly button up to your spine. Exhale, high to low plank, plant your palms, step your feet back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips. Inhale, kick your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot between your palms and ground your left hand. Inhale, easy twist, extend your right arm to the ceiling. Exhale, horizon lunge, roll to the outer edges of both feet. Inhale, easy twist, right arm back up. Exhale, low lunge, plant your right hand. Inhale, warrior two, blossom your hips open to the left side. Exhale, extended side angle, hinge forward and then down. Inhale, reverse warrior, option for the bind, wrapping your left arm around your back. Exhale, high to low plank. Send your arms to the floor, step your right leg back. Inhale, upward facing dog, straighten through your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips. Inhale, keep your left foot high. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot between your hands and ground your right palm. Inhale, easy twist, extend your left arm to the ceiling. Exhale, horizon lunge, roll to the outer edges of both feet. Inhale, easy twist, left arm up. Exhale, low lunge, plant your left palm. Inhale, warrior two, blossom all the way open. Exhale, extended side angle, reach your left arm forward and then down. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach your left arm up and back, option for the half bind with your right arm. Exhale, high to low plank, send your arms to the floor, step your left leg back. Inhale, upward facing dog, press the ground away. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Take a nice deep, full breath in. Controlled breath back out your nose. All right, we'll go through this one more time, changing a few things up. So listen for little changes. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, chair pose, sit your hips nice and low, reach your arms up. Exhale, open arm twist toward the right, draw your right arm back, left arm forward, bump your knees in line with one another, and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, chair pose, extend your arms up to center. Exhale, open arm twist to the left, draw your left arm back, right arm forward, gaze toward the left side or toward your left hand behind you. Inhale, chair pose, reach your arms up to center. Exhale, forward fold, dive down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins or thighs. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, press your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Inhale, extend your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot between your palms. Listen for a change here. Inhale, crescent lunge. Extend your arms up overhead and breathe here. So in crescent lunge, your back heel is lifted up off of the ground. So lift your back heel over your back toes and keep your hips squared forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Right arm back, left arm forward. Energize your thighs toward one another. Feel this stability in your body. Take a breath in. Twist a bit deeper on your breath out. Now inhale, warrior two. Spiral your body open toward the left side of your space and gaze over your right fingertips. Exhale, extended side angle and pause here. So you can practice with a half bind, again, taking your left hand behind your back. If you want to go for the full bind, you can take that here. So your left arm behind your back toward your right hip crease, and then your right hand will go on the inside of your right thigh, and then you'll reach up for your left fingertips. If you're going for the full bind, just try to keep your chest open toward the left side of your space rather than dumping down toward the ground. If you have a bind, slowly release it. Come back to extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Extend your right arm up and back. Feel the stretch along your rib cage. And exhale, high to low plank. Send your arms down to the ground. Lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Flip to the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, kick your left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between your palms. Here's the change. Inhale, crescent lunge. Hinge your torso up, arms overhead, and breathe here. So you can bend your back knee slightly if you need to do that to square your hips forward. So just pull your right hip point forward and your left hip point back to make sure your hips are squared. Take one more breath in. Exhale, open arm twist the left, right arm forward, left arm back. You can gaze toward the left wall or toward your back hand for a little more of a challenge. Press down into your left heel, breath in. Twist deeper on your breath out. Inhale, warrior two. Press your back foot down, spiral open to the other direction, and gaze over your left fingertips. Exhale, extended side angle, reach forward and then down and pause here. Continue breathing and choose whichever arm variation you'd like. You can stay here. You can go for the half bind with your right hand, drawing your right hand toward your left hip crease. Or you can go for the full bind, taking your left arm underneath your left leg and reaching up toward your right fingertips. Maybe your fingers touch, maybe they don't. Continue to press weight into your back foot. If you have a bind, slowly release it. Come back to extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach your left arm up and back. Keep the bend in your left knee. Exhale, high to low plank. Send your arms down to the ground. Step your left leg back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Shine your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Drop down to your knees. Press your big toes together to touch. Widen your knees out to the width of your mat and sink your hips back for child's pose. You can rest your forehead on the ground. Bring your attention back to your breath. Use this time to re-regulate your breath, drawing in deep breaths through your nose. And the nice slow breaths back out your nose. Maybe count the length of your inhales and then see if you can match that amount of time for your exhales. Take one more deep breath in. One more deep breath out. Sink your hips a little bit lower. On your next inhale, press into your palms up to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes under behind you and exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, compress your chest closer toward your thighs. Inhale, gaze to your hands. Exhale, forward fold, step up to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins or thighs. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, chair pose, sit your hips nice and low, reach your arms up. Exhale, drop your hands to heart center. Inhale, shift your torso forward. Exhale, prayer twist to the right. Connect your left elbow to your outer right thigh, palms together. Now sit your hips nice and low. This will help. The lower your hips are, I find, the easier this pose is, believe it or not. So now here, you can keep your hands together at your heart, or option to go for a half bind, wrapping your right arm behind your back, and then taking your left hand, either keeping it toward your heart, or dropping it down toward the floor and flying your left hand down toward the ground. Wherever you're at, one more breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Gently dive down to the ground and toe wheel your feet out to the edges of your mat. Take a really generous bend in your knees here, so much so that your hands connect with the floor. Drop the tops of your hands into the ground and then slide your hands underneath your feet. So you're literally stepping onto your palms with the soles of your feet for gorilla pose. Let your head drop down. Again, take as much of a bend in your knees as you need here. This is a great counter stretch for your wrists. If there's any tension in your neck, just release it. Maybe nod your head yes. Feel that tension release. Your next inhale, slowly release your hands from underneath your feet. Toe wheel your feet back together to touch. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out your spine, palms to shins or thighs. Exhale, forward fold, release down. Now ground down to your right foot. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Hinge your torso up and then lift your left knee in line with your left hip. You can keep your hands at your waist or extend them up overhead and flex your left toes up toward your face. Take a breath in. Exhale, figure four across your left ankle over your right thigh and then sit your hips back. Just be here for a little while. It's a nice hip opener on the left side. You can even, keeping your back nice and flat, you can press your left elbow into your left knee if you'd like for a bit of a deeper opening. Now inhale, one-legged mountain. Reach your arms up, left knee up in line with your hip. Exhale, Samastitihi, drop your left foot down, hands together at your heart. Now inhale, chair pose, sit your hips low, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, drop your hands to your heart. Inhale, shift your torso forward. Exhale, prayer twist to the left. Connect your right arm to your outer left thigh. So press your palms together at your heart to deepen this twist. And then if you feel good here, option to go for the half bind, wrapping your left arm behind your back toward your right hip crease, keeping your hips squared forward. Then you can take your right hand, either press your hand against your chest or drop it down toward the ground for an even deeper opening for your chest. Wherever you're at, one more deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold, slowly release down to center. You're gonna walk your feet out to the width of your mat. We'll take gorilla pose one more time, a little shorter this time. So slide your hands underneath your feet, literally stepping onto your palms, and then let your head hang heavy. Again, as much of a bend in your knees as you need here. Just a nice counter stretch for your wrists. So maybe massage your wrists with your toes. Your next inhale. Release your hands from underneath your feet. Toe heel your feet together to touch. Ground down to your left foot, or I guess inhale, halfway lift to neutralize your spine first. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Now ground down to your left foot. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Lift your right knee in line with your right hip and reach your arms either overhead or you can keep them on your waist. Squeeze your left butt cheek to stabilize your standing leg. One more breath in. Exhale, figure four across your right ankle over your left thigh and then sit your hips back. Feel this nice deep opening in your right hip. So it's like a horizon lunge we were doing earlier. It should feel really nice in your hip. So since your hip's kind of open, if you want to drop your right elbow toward your right knee, you can totally do that. Just keep your spine nice and straight. Now inhale, one-legged mountain. Lift your right knee back up in line with your hip, arms overhead. Exhale, Samastitihi, drop your right foot down, hands together at your heart. Inhale, mountain pose, reach up, feel your lungs expand. Exhale, forward fold, dive down through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out your spine. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Remember, these are always optional. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Take a nice deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, take your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your palms. Now ground your back foot. Inhale, warrior one. Hinge your torso up, arms overhead. So in warrior one, it's a bit different than crescent lunge. So in warrior one, your back foot is completely planted. So if your back heel you find is coming up off of the ground, step your back foot in a little bit and maybe a little wider too. So really sink into your front knee, but keep your front knee over your front ankle. Take one more breath in. And exhale, warrior two. Readjust your stance, gaze over your right hand. Inhale, star pose. Straighten your right leg, heels in, toes out. Create this X shape with your body. Maybe rock your hips from side to side. Extend your arms out to a T. Pivot your toes so they're facing the wall in front of you. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Hinge from your hips down toward the ground. And then from here, take whatever variation you'd like. You can walk your feet a bit wider here, if your body allows it. If you want to get the crown of your head down toward the ground, it's easier if your feet are a bit wider. You can do whatever you want with your hands, grabbing for ankles or shins, or just keeping them on the ground. Wherever you're at, touch your fingers on the ground. Nice deep breath in, halfway lift. Parallel your spine with the floor. And exhale, low lunge. Crawl your palms forward and then walk your right foot out to the edge of your mat. Palms into the ground and drop your left knee down to the earth for runner's lunge. In this runner's lunge, you can take whatever you need. If you need some more hip opening, you can roll over onto the knife edge of your right foot for a second. You can drop down to your forearms. You can take the quad stretch if you'd like. For the quad stretch, you would take your right hand up toward the ceiling, bend your left knee so that you can grab a hold of your left foot. Whatever you choose here. If you're on your forearms, press back up into your palms. Tuck your back toes under and lift your left knee up off of the ground. Take a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot to the back of your space, hips up and back. Inhale, keep your left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between your palms and then ground your back foot. Inhale, warrior one. Extend your arms up overhead and breathe here. So you should feel this nice extension in your right hip flexors as you press your back foot down and then bend into your front knee. So really feel this opposing energy in your feet. So continue to press even weight between both feet. Take one more breath in, bend a little deeper into your front leg. Exhale, warrior two. Readjust your stance and open your hips toward the right side of your space. Inhale, star pose, heels in, toes out. Create this X with your body. Now extend your arms out to a T and pivot your feet so they're parallel with the short ends of your mat. Option on this side for a chest expansion, so interlace your hands at the small of your back. Press your palms toward one another. If you don't like this, you can always just press your hands on your low back with your fingers pointed down. So inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, wide leg forward fold with optional chest expansion. You can drop this chest expansion at any time if it's not suiting you. If you have the chest expansion, slowly drop your palms back down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, touch your fingers. Shift your weight to the ball mounds of your feet, flatten out your spine. Exhale, low lunge, curl your palms forward and then step your left leg out to the edge of your mat for runner's lunge. Drop your right knee down to the ground and then sink into this stretch however you'd like. You can roll over onto the outer edge of your left foot if you'd like for a little more hip opening. You can drop down to your forearms. Or you can go for the quad stretch, reaching your left arm up and then bending your right knee to grab a hold of your right foot. If you're down on your forearms, press back up to your palms, re-engage your back leg away from the earth, take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, downward facing dog. Step your left leg to the back of your space. Inhale, hinge forward to a high plank, and then lower all the way down to your belly. Keep your palms planted in the ground, cricket your elbows up to the ceiling. Flip to the tops of your feet, so the tops of your feet are pressing down into the ground. Inhale, baby cobra, gently lift your chest, magnetize your shoulder blades together, feel this length, or this opening in your chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower down, lower your left cheek down to the ground, and extend your arms by your side for a little mini shavasana here. Return your chin to center, press your palms into the ground, press all the way up to standing on your knees, and then flip over onto your butt. Plant the soles of your feet down to the ground and recline all the way to your back. We'll take bridge pose here. So for bridge pose, I'll demo it here. So you can take either normal bridge with your palms down by your sides and just lifting your hips up. If you want to play around with the chest expansion in bridge pose, you would lift your hips up, and then from here, interlace your hands underneath your butt and snuggle your shoulders underneath yourself. So you can see how much higher I can lift when I have this chest expansion. So you can choose here whatever you like to do. If you just wanted to play around with it today, totally can. So keep your feet planted down into the ground as close to your glutes as you can get them, so much that your fingers might graze your heels. Inhale, bridge pose. Lift your hips up, press down into the soles of your feet. If you want to go for the chest expansion, reach your hands underneath your sacrum, interlace your fingers, and then walk your shoulders underneath your body to create a shelf for your heart. Maintain space between your chin and your chest, and use your legs to lift your hips. Take one more breath in. Exhale, slowly lower your hips back down to the ground, rolling your spine down. Hug your knees into your chest and very gently rock from side to side for a moment. Now grab from behind your thighs, rock and roll the length of your spine, maybe a few times, however many you want, and then come up to a nice tall seat with your legs extended out in front of you. Remove the flesh from underneath your sit bones. Take a nice deep breath in, find length in your spine. And then exhale, seated forward fold, gently hinge forward, grabbing for whatever is accessible, whether that be your shins, the outer edges of your feet, or the tops of your feet. Your next inhale, slowly rise back up. We'll take Marchiasana A. So for that, keep your left leg extended. Plant the sole of your right foot into the ground, about a fist width from your left leg. Then take your right arm and reach your right arm on the inside of your right leg. Extend as far as you can forward, and then take your right hand, wrap it around your right leg. So it's like you're wrapping your arm toward your back. Then take your left hand, wrap your left hand around your back, and then see if you can reach for your right fingertips. If you can't, that's totally fine. Your fingers don't touch. Just keep opening in that direction. If they do touch, then hinge your torso over your left leg. Your next inhale, slowly release from the pose. And then we'll switch our sides. So extend your right leg long and press the sole of your left foot on the ground as close to your glute as you can get it, and then about a fist width from your right thigh. From here, take your left arm and then extend your left arm forward as far as you can. So the further you hinge forward, the easier this will be. And take your left arm, wrap it around your left leg. And then once you're wrapped, you can take your right arm behind your back, reaching for your left fingertips. So maybe you open your chest toward the right side a little bit so that your fingers touch, and then once you can grab a hold, square your chest back forward. It's okay if your fingers don't touch. It took me a really long time to be able to find my hands in this pose, so no worries if they don't. If they do, hinge over your right leg. Your next inhale, slowly release from the pose, rise back up. Place the soles of your feet into the ground and lower all the way down to your back. Once you're down on your back, sole of your left foot into the ground, reach your right ankle up and over your left thigh for a supine figure four. Option to stay here with your left foot planted. Option, if you want more of a hip opening, to lift your left foot and grab her behind your left thigh. If your left foot is lifted, drop it back down to the ground. Switch out your sides. Send the sole of your right foot to the ground, close to your right glute. Then lift your left ankle up and over your right thigh for a supine figure four on this side. You can keep your right foot planted. You can also lift your right foot up and grab her behind your right thigh. Just keep your shoulder blades grounded here. Avoid any rounding in your upper back. Continue to breathe deeply in and out through your nose. Drop your feet back down to the ground. Hug your knees up into your chest and grab for the outer edges of your feet for a happy baby. Pull your knees down toward your side bodies and stamp the soles of your feet on the ceiling above you. Option to gently rock from side to side, massaging your low back. Hug your knees into your chest. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Roll up into one tiny little ball. So pull your forehead up to your knees. Squeeze everything together as tight as you can. Take a breath in. Exhale, final Shavasana. Let your arms and legs go long. Let your body fall into whatever position it pleases here. Starting from your toes, release any tension you're hanging on to in your toes and the bottoms of your feet. Draw your awareness up your legs. Relax your shins, your knees, your quads. Release the tension in your hips, in your abdomen. Feel your belly rise and fall with the natural rhythm of your breath. Place your hands wherever's comfortable for you, palms up, palms down. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. And relax the muscles in your forehead. Just allow yourself to rest for a moment here. You can stay resting in Shavasana as long as you'd like. If you'd like to be guided out tonight, begin to bring small movements to your fingers, to your toes. Roll out your ankles and your wrists. Take a nice long body stretch. Extend your arms overhead. Point your toes. And draw your knees into your chest. Rock onto whichever side favors you for fetal pose, using your bicep as a pillow. Press yourself up to a nice tall seat. Round down through your sit bones. Find a nice tall spine. You can flutter your eyes closed or soften your gaze. Place your hands on your knees in your lap at heart center. We'll finish out with a breath. So exhale out any stale air left in your lungs. Take a nice deep breath in, fill up your belly. Feel the breath rise into your chest. Then hold your breath in at the top. Open mouth, exhale, sigh your air out, nice and strong. Lift your thumbs up to your third eye center, the space between your eyebrows on your forehead. The student and teacher in me honors and sees the student and teacher in each and every one of you. Walk forward. Namaste.